Okay, today we're going to work on the side press and the bent press. Many people get confused with the differences between the two exercises. They look very similar. With the side press, you're actively using your tricep, and again, in addition to shifting your weight to get the bell overhead. With the bent press, you're more contracting your lat hard, holding the bell in place, extending, and then falling away. I'll demonstrate both moves and exaggerate the motion so you get an idea of what it's all about. They both fall in the same family as the windmill. The body positioning is exactly the same. The windmill is basically a lockout press. The bell's locked out during the entire duration of the set. With the side press, you lock out the bell, and then you come up with it locked out. So it's almost like a half windmill, and same thing with the bent press. Side press is going to help you more with improving your military press, although I'm not a big believer in strong carryovers between different exercises, so it's more indirect. It's more that you learn how to engage the lat more, body leverages, that kind of thing. But if you want to get better at military pressing, you have to military press. If you want to get better at the side press or bent press, you have to focus on those drills. Now, I will say that of the three, windmill, side press, and bent press, windmill is the most bang for your buck. It's much easier to learn. It's really good for the core exercise, really for the core and lower back. And also, with the windmill, you're not going to overuse those pressing muscles. We do a lot of overhead motions with kettlebells, pressing and so forth, snatches. We're always in that lockout position. With the windmill, it's going to be less wear and tear because you're just holding the bell in place. So it's going to work a lot of that stability strength. Side press and bent press is going to be more crossover with the military press. Now with the bent press, the real benefit is it teaches you how to engage the lat big time, because that's basically how you hold the bell in place. You contract the lat as hard as you can, hold the bell in place, extend away, fall away from the weight. So a really good way to learn the bent press is to use a much heavier kettlebell than you can military press. Because if you can military press the weight, it's going to be all too easy just to military press it when you do a side press and or bent press. Now, of course, it's not safe for a beginner to use a very heavy kettlebell. So one tip is to fatigue your triceps. Do a lot of overhead presses or push-ups, something like that, and then do some bent pressing. Your tricep muscles will be shot, and now you really have to focus on engaging the lat, keeping the bell in place, falling away from it. All right, so let's go over the side press, and I'll talk you through it, and then we'll go over the bent press. So we're just going to clean a bell in place, and then take it right behind your back. Now I'm going to look in the direction of the kettlebell, so I'm not going to look forward, I'm not going to look down. And I'm just going to press off the lat, lock out the kettlebell. When it's locked out, stand up with it, lower. I'm just going to shift my weight just enough to press and lock it out, give myself more leverage. So improving kettlebell military pressing, the obvious thing to do is just less lean. Maybe you have to lean this much to press it out at the beginning. Over time, you get to the point where you're just shifting a little bit, and then you get to the point where you're more upright. So that's one method that works well for improving the military press. Also, if you hit a plateau with military pressing, it's a good way to shake things up. Do the side press for a couple weeks, come back. Now next, let's go over the bent press. Okay, with the bent press, again, I'm just going to hold it in place as long as I can, shift my weight away from it. Contract the lat, just shift. Okay, executed properly, you should feel a real pump in the lat, which I do. Left lat is really pumped up right now. So again, windmill, side press, bent press, they all fall in the same family. Just depends on what your goals are. I tend to focus on the windmill and military pressing the most. Others like the side press. It's a great way to get a lot done in one exercise because it takes care of pressing muscles, you get some lat engagement, you get the midsection taken care of, and then you do something for the legs, double swings, double snatches, something of that nature, and you have a pretty good workout, pretty quick workout. Bent press, again, is really good for that lat engagement. And when we military press, we have to use the lats a lot. to keep it in this traction point, this trajectory. Usually when people have weak lats and they try to press, the bells automatically pop out. And that's an example of the lats not being engaged and helping pack the shoulders in so we can keep it in this trajectory. So the bent press will help a lot with that. If you don't feel a contraction in your lat, then it's not a bent press. Bent press is going to be a lot slower. So one last time. I'm going to do a side press and then a bent press. Okay, this is going to be a side press. Okay, so relatively fast. Here's a bent press. Much slower. I'm using a 97-pound kettlebell today, made by Lifeline USA. These kettlebells are awesome. They're made in the USA. Go to my website, MikeMahler.com. It's MikeMahler. Get some Lifeline kettlebells today. Made in the USA to support US labor. Thank you.